Iridology and Sclerology. Iridology is the science and practice of analyzing the iris, the most complex external structure of the human anatomy. The practice of iridology is expanding rapidly as it is becoming known as a valuable tool for preventive healthcare. The iris is connected to every organ and tissue of the body by way of the brain and nervous system. It is in direct contact with the bioenergetic, biochemical, structural, hormonal, and metabolic processes of the body via the nerves, blood vessels, muscle fibers, and lymph. Holistically, it is used to accurately assess the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual patterns and weaknesses for a complete health analysis. It is completely painless, non-invasive, and economically viable while providing valuable information for restorative and preventive healthcare. Most iridologists also incorporate the study of sclerology into their assessments. Sclerology is the study of the whites of the eyes as they relate to the person's health. Interpreting the red lines, colorations, and markings in the sclera is closely associated with present pathology of the body. This is based on the 12 meridians and the yin and yang aspect of each meridian. The Chinese saw the lines in the sclera as a reflection of the lymphatic fluid which bathes every cell in relation to the principles of acupuncture. Nature has provided us with an invaluable insight into the vital status of the health of any individual through the sciences of iridology and sclerology. Through analyzing the eyes, it enables us to ascertain the person's genetic predisposition to health and disease, the general constitution, as well as organ and gland influence on other bodily systems. Personality tendencies, thought and emotional patterns, and deeper soul-level issues can also be recognized, making the eyes truly the windows to not only the body, but the mind and soul. Iridology has progressed tremendously since the mid-1800s. Numerous doctors and scientists have researched iridology on humans over the past 125 years, and it has become a respected practice, used by many medical doctors and naturopaths worldwide. Dr. Bernard Jensen, renowned iridologist and nutritionist, pioneered the science of iridology here in the U.S. Dr. David J. Pesek, Ph.D. has continued and expanded upon Jensen's work to develop one of the most comprehensive iris charts used today, integrating the thought and emotional patterns with the physical health, and improving the understanding of the brain flare areas. With today's technology and the use of microscopes and fine digital imaging, many medical doctors, naturopaths, and psychologists from England, Germany, Italy, France, United States, Australia, Canada, and Russia have been advancing the field of iris analysis over the past 20 years with a seemingly unlimited potential. The brain areas, which are analyzed in the upper quadrant of the iris, have further defined emotional and spiritual health. Time risk assessment has been documented, proven and shared with advanced iridologists around the world. Time risk is a fascinating degree of exactitude, using the posterior epithelial cells which wrap around the pupil, to determine the actual time when imbalances in the body, mind, spirit may have occurred from childhood until old age. Research projects are currently being done by many iridologists, researchers around the world. One study in progress is being done by the American College of Iridology, which targets the markers in the corresponding intestinal area of the iris to pinpoint bowel disease in its early stages. This will rapidly bolster iridology as an integral part of the preventive healthcare system by understanding genetic influences and learning how to properly care for the body to avoid potential disease. John Andrews, a top iridologist and researcher from the United Kingdom, published the Advanced Iridology Research Journal quarterly, including works from Dr. David Barreau, an oncologist and medical iridologist from Austria, Professor Serge Girasunas from Portugal, and many others. Clearly, we can see that iridology is taken quite seriously by influential doctors who are open to progressive and alternative nature. The iris will alert us to the early signs of approaching disease. Although any well-educated iridologist will be sure to warn that the iris cannot diagnose disease, but can recognize potentials for disease as well as toxic accumulations and tissue weakness within the body. As the evaluations are made, and the stress conditions understood, proper corrective measures can be applied. The body can then more easily adjust and alleviate the abnormal stress, resulting in a greater degree of health, as well as enabling one to potentially avert any threatening disease. Each eye gives us different information. The left eye correlates with the left side of the body and the right side of the brain, which is the creative, conceptual, intuitive side, relating to our emotional selves. The right eye correlates to the right side of the body and the left side of the brain, which is the analytical, practical, linear and relates to our work and logical self. Thus, the eye is the very aware, informant, regarding the cause of body stressors. Iridologists trained in interpreting the indications portrayed in the eye have the advantage of occupying command central, rather than a peripheral monitor such as blood, hair, tongue, or urine analysis, which do not have full access to all of the body's information, although each of these diagnostic systems provide specific valuable information. Practically speaking, the right hand may not know what the left hand is doing, but the brain centers know what both hands are doing simultaneously, and the eye is privy to that information. Knowing the various stressors on the body can be essential in preventive healthcare. These stressors may be simple, moderate, or severe and can represent conditions such as nutritional deficiencies, poor circulation, fatigue, infections, bacterial, viral, parasitic, nerve stress and abnormal cellular activity. Patterns may register an abnormal stress development long before any serious effects are experienced. With the stress conditions understood, proper corrective measures can be applied by nurturing the causative factors with natural therapies, nutrition, herbology, enzyme therapy, homeopathy, acupuncture, chiropractic, massage, counseling, etc., leading to a greater degree of health. The eyes can also show us the cleansing and healing signs as the body adjusts to a more optimum state of health. All we need are the keys to understanding the symbols, and here it is, looking right into our eyes. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, share with your friends, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel.